the most powerful king in the world, could not sleep. A dream had come to him, violent, overwhelming, impossible to shake, and when morning arrived, it was gone. Every detail vanished, but the dread remained. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, was about to make a demand that would send shockwaves through his entire empire. This is Daniel, chapter 2. Babylon was the greatest empire the world had ever seen. Its walls stretched for miles. Its hanging gardens were a wonder of the ancient world. Its armies had never been defeated. And at the center of it all, Nebuchadnezzar, a man accustomed to having everything he wanted. But tonight, sitting on his throne at dawn, surrounded by his power, he had never felt more helpless in his life. Nebuchadnezzar called every wise man in Babylon before him. Magicians, astrologers, sorcerers, enchanters, the finest minds in the empire, men who had spent lifetimes studying the stars and the secrets of the gods. They came expecting to interpret a dream. Instead, the king looked at them with eyes like fire and made a demand no ruler had ever made in history. Tell me what I dreamed, not just what it means, what it was. If you cannot, you will all be cut to pieces. The room went silent. The wise men scrambled. "O king, live forever. Tell us the dream and we will surely interpret it." But Nebuchadnezzar saw through them immediately. "You are stalling," he said. "You have agreed together to give me a misleading answer. There is only one sentence for all of you." The greatest intellectual force in the ancient world stood completely silent, because what the king was asking, no human being could do. The decree went out across all of Babylon. Every wise man in the kingdom executed. And Daniel was on that list. He had not been in the throne room. He had not been part of the failure. But the sword does not ask questions. When the commander Arioch arrived at Daniel's sword at his side, scroll in hand, Daniel did something remarkable. He did not panic. He asked a question. Daniel went home. He gathered his 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He told them everything. And then he said 4 words that changed everything. We need to pray, not strategize, not escape, not negotiate. Pray. 4 young men, exiles in a foreign land, with death hanging over them, got on their knees before the God of heaven, and they asked for one thing only: mercy. That night, as Daniel slept, God answered. That night, God revealed the mystery to Daniel in a vision, every detail of the dream, every image Nebuchadnezzar had seen and lost, laid before Daniel like an open scroll. And when Daniel woke, he did not run to the palace. He stopped, he worshipped, because before he could serve the king, he needed to thank his God. Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, Daniel declared. Wisdom and power belong to him alone. Daniel stood before Nebuchadnezzar, a Hebrew captive, simply dressed, unarmed, in front of the most powerful throne on earth. And before the king could even ask, Daniel made one thing clear. No wise man, enchanter, magician, or diviner can reveal this mystery. But there is a God in heaven, and he has shown you what will happen, not because I am wise, but so that you, O king, may know the truth. Then Daniel described the dream. You saw, O king, a statue enormous, dazzling and frightening. Its head was pure gold, its chest and arms silver, its belly and thighs bronze, its legs iron, and its feet a crumbling mixture of iron and clay. Nebuchadnezzar gripped his throne. That was it. Every detail exactly right. No human being had told Daniel this. No spy, no insider, no magic. Only God knew, but the dream was not finished. While you watched, Daniel said, a rock was cut out, not by human hands. It struck the statue at its feet, and the entire colossus, gold, silver, bronze, iron, clay, shattered, crumbled to dust. The wind swept every trace away. Nothing remained, but the stone grew. It became a mountain and filled the whole earth. The golden head Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar himself, the silver, bronze, iron, kingdoms that would follow, each one rising, each one falling. The feet of clay, a final divided kingdom, unstable, crumbling. And the stone, the kingdom of God, the one kingdom that never ends. When Daniel finished speaking, Nebuchadnezzar, the most powerful man alive, fell on his face before a Hebrew exile, before a young man with no army, no title, no throne. "Surely," the king declared, "your God is the God of gods, the Lord of kings." Nebuchadnezzar made Daniel ruler over the entire province of Babylon. His 3 friends elevated with him, 4 exiles, 4 young men who prayed. Now standing at the top of the world, Daniel chapter 2, the dream that shook a king and proved that God knows the end from the beginning. On-screen text last 3 seconds. Subscribe for Daniel chapter 3, the fiery furnace.